Hello viewers, many thanks for joining me. Welcome to this forum. My name is Faith Murugi and I am creating this forum to have bold conversations, candid conversations with the girls on how they are transiting or how they are going through the transition from high school to the tertiary institutions. You may ask why the girl and not the boy. The reason is one. The fact that gender inequality hits harder on a girl who makes an irresponsible and poorly calculated decision in regard to especially sexual engagement at the college level. So I am here to fill that gap. I am here to assist the girl, to aid, to help the girl make more informed decisions as they are transiting over to the tertiary institution. The gap is that our parents, our guardians are simply too busy to even notice there's a girl. They are too busy trying to put face over to our colleges. The reality is that they definitely want the best for us, but they're the same parents we are going back to with babies. They're the same parents we are going back to with having procured abortions. They're the same parents we are going back to having destroyed our sexual and reproductive health to the extent that we probably in future cannot have babies. But where is the gap? Our parents and guardians are probably too engaged and too busy. They are not in a position to really create time to give us that guidance. As well, some of them are also not well equipped. So I am identifying that gap and I am hoping that I'll be able to bridge that gap and as a result, bridge the gender disparity. What is gender inequality in this case, therefore? I am referring to the delay in development or delay in achievement that faces the girl when they make the wrong decisions, especially at the ages of 18 to 25. This is the stage where you're transitioning from through the college life. The problem with this stage is that you are full of energy and with a lot of free time. Unlike the high school years, where there was accountability of time in regard to programs that are set and you're able to follow programs from probably morning prep, during the day classes and the evening classes, and as well the preps. That keeps you busy and keeps you really tired. You have no time to think outside the box. But here you are. You have moved to the college. You are free most of the time with a lecture probably scattered here or there, one or two in a day, and the rest of the day you're free. The rest of the week you're free. You could find yourself probably with 2 or 3 lectures a whole week. What happens to the rest of the unaccounted for time? Who is telling you what to do with this time? Who is helping you to make decisions that are not going to be detrimental to the main agenda that has taken you to the college? Who really is your main guide at the college institution? Reality is that I want to help the girl to work on securing the bag before they can secure anything else. Before you can think of securing a relationship, before you can think of going out to have fun, think about, have I secured my future? Have I secured the bag to enable me that tomorrow if I am a mother, and if tomorrow I am a mother, and probably the father of the child is not present, am I able to feed that child? Can I afford diapers? Can I pay my rent? So I feel the weight, I strongly feel that the weight of gender inequality that is weighing the woman today, the adult woman, starts as early as the ages of 18, where you just go to college. No one is telling you not to engage in irresponsible sexual behavior. No one is telling you that in the event you are a student mother, you're the one who's going to miss your exams, you're the one who's going to defer your studies. The boy or the gent, the guy probably definitely just proceeds and even graduates. And yes, it is a competitive world. When people are graduating out here, we are all looking for opportunities. So if you delay your graduation in 1 year, you probably will have missed a job opportunity, and it will go with that girl or that boy, that guy or that lady who graduated a year before you. These are hard economic times. Therefore, we need to empower this girl to make appropriate decisions at the college level so that they are able to transit safely and well, achieve their academic goal, and as a result, they're going to come out there as competitive and probably are going to make more informed decisions. Now, what is really causing this major difference and why is a girl not able to stay focused? At the high school, like I have said, there are proper programs keeping you busy and keeping your energies overworked and under control. You're probably studying 8 units and you study all the way from Form 1 to Form 4 work. When you go to college, you're probably doing 8 units, and these 8 units, you do them only for a semester. What does that therefore mean? You don't have a lot of workload to keep revising over and over and over. As a result, you just read a unit a semester, you do the exam, you're done with it. Therefore, that means you can even take the first 2 months just idling around college, going out, having fun, and all that. Then you spare the last month to study. The question is, these first 2 months that you're probably not reading for any exams, what are you then doing? I feel strongly that it is okay to be out there having fun, going out, enjoying life, exploring, discovering who you are and all that. But then I want to create knowledge on how we can go about it with a lot of proper decision making, how we can go about it without making erratic choices that are definitely going to affect our lives for the rest of our years. You'll realize that if today I am at the age of between 30 and 35, so I have not yet exited the youth gap. I have quite a number of years of experience in real life situations or real life realities that most of you do not have. What am I trying to say? That from my friends, from my age mates, from those we went through college with, from those we are working with, and even from myself, I can tell that had so-and-so made a better decision during their years of college, they probably would not be raising a child alone. They probably would not be raising a child without a father. They probably would not be struggling to stay in a marriage that is not working. If so-and-so had decided that let me concentrate on my studies, graduate, get a job, and then get into serious relationships when I have secured the bag first, you have more bargaining power when you know actually what you want and what you're looking for. But at the stage where you're just between 18 and 25, most of those relationships, what are they doing to you? They're just distracting you. They're just pulling you off your studies. I can tell you for free that a very small percentage will culminate to marriages as far as those relationships of college are mentioned. Reality is that what those gents are doing to you is that they're just probably using you to fulfill their pleasures. You cannot count on college love and college relationships to culminate into reasonable or functional marriages. Why? Yourself as a person, you don't even know yourself. You haven't identified yourself. You probably just think you love going out, you love clubbing, you love drinking, you love dancing, or you love going for swimming, and so on and so forth. But that is not going to be the case when you're 30. You might realize that you are actually an indoor person. You want to be at home, cooking and just resting. On the other hand, this guy you're probably going to be dating, reality is that he himself doesn't know himself, hasn't identified what kind of a life he wants to live. He doesn't even know his career path. The fact that you're studying to be a teacher does not necessarily mean you're going to work as a teacher. You could be studying the career path of a teacher today, but tomorrow you're working as a social worker, you're working with an NGO, you have been posted to Kakuma, you're working in different parts of the country in different responsibilities. Therefore, this stage of 18 to 25, I wish and strongly desire that someone can tell the girl the truth, that this is not the time to actually get into serious relationships. This is not the time to actually engage in sexual, actually call it what it is, irresponsible sexual behavior. I will come to that. I will come to the risks and the challenges that you're likely to go through when you engage in all the irresponsible sexual behavior at the college level. But before I even get there, I want to give this girl at the college stage a stepping stone, knowledge to make you choose the right path. I do not want to behave like the proverbial ostrich that buries its head in the sand and pretends that nothing is happening. Our parents back at home just take us to college and they assume we've gone there to study. But reality is that there's a lot of irresponsible and sexual engagements at the college level, a lot of drug abuse, a lot of improper and uncalculated paths that people are choosing at the college level. Reality is that your parents rather, you leave them at home, they assume you're in college reading, but in reality you're in college copulating with another boy whose parents also imagines that he's there studying. But I want to bring you to the table of reality, to the fact that in the event that those wrong choices come to hit you hard, they hit you, the girl, hardest. Before they hit the guy, they hit you hardest. Why? Because like I have said, you're the one who's going to defer your studies because you're nursing a baby. You're the one who is going to procure an abortion. You're the one who is going to have a baby you had not planned for. You're the one who is going to be out there in your 30s looking to settle down into a marriage while you already have a child from a previous marriage. And that, of course, no, we all know will have its own challenges before you really settle down with a spouse willing to start life with you with your current status. Reality is that the society, our parents are too busy to guide us through this, and I feel that I want to empower the girl child to make the appropriate decisions. Now, at college level, you're going there for two things. One, the academic growth. Two, the social growth. I am not telling you not to relate with the guys. Obviously, I expect you are young, you're energetic, you're going to fall in love. You're going to find someone you love, and you're going to find yourself feeling like you're really into this guy. But ask yourself, why? Ask yourself, is it necessary? Ask yourself, if I proceed or I go ahead with this relationship, where is it likely to lead me? Ask yourself, what are some of the recreation activities we can engage in instead of us just resorting into the bed and nothing else? What are some of the recreation activities we can engage in that are going to be more productive, that are actually going to help us create our future in a more organized manner other than it being detrimental? So I am not here to tell you that you shouldn't totally be engaging in relationships. I am talking about calculated relationships. I am talking about making appropriate choices when it comes to the relationships at the college level. And I repeat myself that you, the girl child, will bear bluntly the weight of wrong choices and wrong relationship choices, wrong sexual behavior. You, the girl child, will feel the disparity, the challenge more than the guy. Therefore, I am here to help you secure the bag first before you can secure the relationship. So I have mentioned that your main agenda at the college level is purely two: academic and social life. Obviously, you're going to be having exams, but at the end of the semester. And once you're done with that exam, it's done. No one is going to keep you revising for a whole 4 years like it was at high school. That makes your college work much easier. That makes you in a position to study and excel easy. But that is where the catch also is, that you're going to be having a lot of free time that you do not account for. Therefore, I hereby suggest that we use this time for our social growth and proper social growth. I'll start by probably expounding on this bit of social growth. I expect you to go through self-identity. The reason I'm actually discouraging these college relationships is one, you don't know yourself. You don't know what you want in life. You do not know what it means to even pay bills. You have no idea what it means to actually work, earn money, pay bills, pay rent, fuel a car, and so on and so forth. So at the event that you're dating another college guy who equally doesn't know these things, where does that leave the two of you? Is that relationship likely to work or to go into to culminate into marriage? Not possible. Chances are, even if it culminates into marriage, you'll have so many struggles adjusting to the appropriate way of coexisting in a workable marriage. Therefore, I advocate that people take the 18 to 25 years stage in your college. One, to know yourself, identify yourself. To find your purpose in life. How do you find your purpose in life? Your career, one, also is part of your purpose. Another thing that can help you find your career is through your hobbies and recreation activities. You could be engaging in musical instruments, learning how to play guitar, keyboards, and so on and so forth. You probably could be learning other recreations like swimming, baking, business skills, and so on and so forth. Don't just get fixed onto the studies you're doing. Create more recreational activities that are probably going to put you one step ahead. You could even be learning programming languages as a side, at the side of your main course. You could be learning sign language. You could be learning a foreign language, French. I know many will say that they did French, they did German in high school. But if you did French, then learn German. If you did German, then learn French. Do not sit there and waste your years just in the bed with another guy, just wasting your life away, having sex, and then those definitely are wrong decisions that are going to land you in the wrong paths to life and that are going to complicate your life later on in life. Second thing is you really need to plan your future. By planning your future, I mean you are already in a career path. You probably should be thinking how you're going to network. In terms of over the long holidays, you could probably be working as a volunteer with an organization, with an NGO, with a ministry, where there are internships. You could probably be doing such kind of things as a way of building your profile, so that by the time you graduate, obviously you have built a profile that is puts you a step ahead, gives you a higher chance of securing the bag, of securing the job opportunity that you're desiring to secure. Even think of the towns you want to work in, the towns you want to settle in. Think of the bigger agenda, the bigger desire, not just being in a relationship that is probably not leading you in the right path. The other thing you need to identify at this stage in terms of the social life and identity is your spirituality. By the way, you are a child of God. You belong to a bigger spiritual being, that if you are not in alignment with this spiritual being, you're likely to have so many mistakes in life, so many challenges in life that you would have avoided had you sought some spiritual connection with your Creator, some spiritual guidance, even into your purpose. Some people are working as nurses and then they realize they would have wished to be news anchors, they would have wished to be teachers, they would have wished to be in different career paths, police and so on and so forth. What happens to you taking some quiet time, meditating through your stay in college? Interact with people, yes, but with some measured, calculated plans, so that by the end of the day, you're not finding yourself having taken paths and directions that you had not really planned for, that you had not really hoped to find yourself in. Also, I wish to let you know that this guy you want to relate with, who is your college mate, does he know himself? Does he know what it means to pay bills? Does he know what it is to be responsible over another human being as should be? They obviously don't know. So therefore, you realize that these relationships should be more of academic relationships, more of social relationships, more of recreation relationships, not relationships that are headed towards sexual engagement and probably procreation and babies coming forth, which both of you are not ready for. What do I mean by recreation? Find hobbies and fun activities that are more productive and that are going to take your energy, that are going to burn your energy. At this stage, between 18 and 25, you're full of energy and, like I have said, with a lot of free time and with no bills to worry about. An adult like me, I may have time. I may probably manage to secure a weekend. But remember, I am also struggling with other challenges of life, like bills. You're just in college being bankrupted by your parents. And so you do not know the weight of responsibilities, you do not know the weight of working hard and paying bills. As a result, you're likely to make wrong decisions. Ask yourself, did your mother or your guardian bring you to college to have babies, to procure abortions? Did your mother or your guardian bring you to college so that you can be spending all your nights copulating with another college guy? It is even worse for those who are indulging into relationship with sponsors. Now, I want to tell you that you're throwing away your goal. You who is indulging into relationships with sponsors, I want to candidly tell you that you're throwing away your main goal or your long-term fulfillment and happiness and pleasures of achievement by engaging into relationships with much older men. You're being excited by the temporary comfort of probably this 40-year-old man, 50-year-old man is equipping and furnishing a house for you, buying you a car, bankrolling your lifestyle, you're living large, wearing expensive and fashionable clothes at college level. You need to realize the difference between you and him is simply and purely years. If you just transited through college safely and wisely, you will afford the same things. And they are better when you afford them for yourself because they come with freedom. You buy them because you can afford them. When they are bought by this sponsor, when they are bought by this elderly man, he definitely puts you at a place of control, at a place of, ordering you around. You lose your identity, you lose your freedom, you lose your autonomy because you cannot wake up and decide what to do when it's not your money. I want to tell you of a saying that goes that whoever you give power to feed you, you also give power to starve you. Therefore, if you're letting an old man bankroll your stay and your lifestyle at the college level, you're simply saying that later on, this man can equally starve you, can control your movement. And let me tell you one thing. It is like exiting an evening party at 8. What really are you doing to yourself? Why are you exiting an evening party at 8? Go through the 4 years as a free human being. Go for hikes. Go for road trips, those who can afford. With the college arrangement, go for proper and safe recreation activities. Could be hiking, could be playing instruments, could be learning a skill like baking. You could even be engaging in things like learning new languages, learning a programming language. Some of us have come from institutions of high school where we probably were not exposed to computer. This is a time to equip your skills with computers. This is a time to learn a programming language. This is time to know how to decode things. As a result, empower yourself to secure the bag first before you can secure that relationship, before you can secure that goal. Let me tell you one thing, that the only thing that is attracting you to that older man, it's not because you love him, it is the lifestyle he's able to fund you. What about you sitting down and asking yourself candid conversations of, what if I could afford this life? Would I still want to engage with this man? Obviously, the answer is no. Therefore, then, can you be patient? Stop trying to take a lift through life. Can you take the staircase as is? Take the staircase and go through the normal college life of a student. Eating in the mess, affording simple life, affording simple clothing, just the kawaida life of a student, so that you can secure eventually your future, secure your bag. Because it is a waste of time if you worked so hard at high school and now you're at college, only for you to waste yourself at the event where you should actually now be transiting into actual freedom. Because freedom comes when there is responsibility. Freedom without responsibility is not freedom. College life is not freedom because you're not being charged with financial responsibility other than the responsibility over your academic goals. I sincerely hope I am not going to talk to a girl who will still make the wrong choice, but I'll still go ahead. I am not going to force you to choose what to do. I'm going to give you knowledge. I'm going to empower you by giving you information. By the end of the day, you're going to make the choice. You're going to decide what you want. I know, even as I'm speaking today, there's a lady who probably is watching me from their college bed with a boyfriend, and after they've just had sex. Now, I want to have very candid conversations. How detrimental college sex is going to be, apart from babies and apart from abortions. There's what we call the sexually transmitted diseases. I know you want to talk about HIV. Obviously, HIV is the first one that comes to your mind. There are more gross ones. You must have heard of HPV, the human papilloma virus. Cervical cancer, in case you didn't know, is purely a sexually transmitted disease. The HPV is carried around by men. So you will have irresponsible and unprotected sex with a guy who is probably sleeping around with several other girls. Because that is what most college guys are doing. You're not the only girl he's sleeping around with. And even if you're the only girl, before you there was someone else, and after you there will be someone else. Therefore, what happens? The guy is a carrier of the virus. You will not know you've been infected, so you will probably part ways at some point. Then later on in life, at 40, at 50, at 45, you're developing cervical cancer, and you're wondering, you actually got married later on, you're happily married, but you're wondering where cervical cancer is coming from. You contracted it at the age where you were exchanging college boys from one to another. I am here to tell you of a very, what you would call deadly, sexually transmitted diseases that really we need to take control, we need to take charge. If you have chosen the path of engaging sex, I'm not going to tell you to stop, because again, sex has two purposes. Procreation, that is making babies. The other purpose is what you would call pleasures. If you have chosen to go the pleasurable path, I'm not going to tell you to stop. I'm only going to tell you kindly to do it in a responsible manner. Because again, I do not want to pretend that I don't know what is happening in college. There's a lot of what I would call illicit sexual affairs with grown-up men or rather with the elder men, with the lecturers even, or probably with men old enough to be your fathers. What are you looking for? It is money, it is lifestyle. None of these girls transitioning through college is planning to be a single parent. None of you is in college here planning to die of cervical cancer. None of you here is joining first year planning to abort a child. None of you is joining college planning to find themselves with health complications like HIV and all those other sexually transmitted diseases. Therefore, I am here to tell you the truth that yes, that single simple night that you're making that decision to sleep with that boyfriend, you're drawing closer towards those options I have just mentioned that are going to push you further from your goal and actually push you in the wrong direction. Now, some of the end results of the college sex and irresponsible sexual behavior. I know it is rampant, and I am not saying that I am in a position to choose for you not to engage. In fact, I know right now as we are speaking, probably there is someone listening to me and they are actually practically engaging in sex as they are listening to me, probably cuddling with their boyfriend. I'm not going to tell you to stop. I am going to tell you then, if you have chosen that path, then you must choose that path with information. At least you must know the risks you're exposing yourself to, and you must know how you can mitigate or at least reduce these risks. At least the bare minimums. If you have already chosen that, yes, you're going to indulge into the pleasures of college sex, then I am here to tell you, at least can we have safe sex? Can we have protected sex? Can we avoid babies? Can we avoid sexually transmitted diseases? Can we avoid finding ourselves in situations where we have to procure abortions? And I am telling you that your mother may not tell you this thing, but I'm here to tell you. I'm here to tell you that also the emotional turmoil that comes with having to leave one boyfriend, you've broken up, go to another one, and you have to start another relationship over and over again. You start another one. The emotional turmoil cannot even allow you to concentrate on your studies. Instead of you revising over the month when there is exam, you're busy, stressed, crying. You have broken up with your boyfriend. You're busy going out to club because you've broken up with your boyfriend. You're miserable. You're feeling terrible. You're feeling low at the time when a girl who has chosen to stay focused and serious with your studies is in the library studying. You're busy having a lot of emotional turmoil. Those of you who are unlucky to have been with boyfriends, and most of your friends and everybody know that you are dating with this guy, you've broken up, you've dated the other one, you've broken up, you even start having low self-esteem. That is not doing you any good. As a result, you're going to be out here looking for a job with very low self-esteem, feeling ashamed, feeling like everybody knows what you were doing at college, feeling like everybody knows that you procured abortion, feeling like everybody knows that you slept with 15 guys before you left college. Now, instead of choosing that path, is there a way we can do it then? I will make an acknowledgement here that the best way is to avoid sex. That if you must find yourself having sex, please, and I repeat myself, let us engage in safe sexual behavior. The difference between you and that monkey and that cow and that goat is that you have a head, you have a brain. You're supposed to decide when to have sex, how to have it, with whom to have it, and just how far you want to go. Unlike the animals, they can have sex on the road with any other animal with any other plan. Without plan. But you are an adult. You are a grown-up human being with a mind that can make decision. Now, the long-term effects of college sex probably could resort to things like infertility issues, from abortions, or even from sexually transmitted diseases, could resort to delayed years of graduation, could resort to missed opportunities. Probably there was a company that was hiring, most of your college mates got hired around that time. You missed that opportunity because you were busy nursing a baby. A scholarship that came around, people were applying and got. You were busy nursing. Instead of looking for a scholarship, you were busy nursing. Surely your parent, your guardian has not brought you here to nurse. Also, there are higher chances of you landing in divorce in later life. With instances of divorce, because one, you're going to have challenges of you married your college sweetheart, you were not compatible, you're simply incompatible. By the time you realize that your personalities are so much averse, then by that time it is too late. You realize it when it is too late. You have already gone too far into the relationship, you have children, you have even invested together, now you have to undergo the process of divorce. Who told you divorce is going to be easy? Some of us here are being raised by parents who are divorced, some of us are being raised by single parents. If they were to have this conversation with you candidly, they'll tell you, yes, that it's not easy, those are not hard, those are not easy life decisions. You make them out of a last resort. You have no other option. Therefore, I am here to tell the girl between 18 and 25, these are very critical years, and they're going to determine a lot of your future in terms of whether you're going to be in a happy marriage, whether you're going to be in a fulfilling career, whether you're even going to get those opportunities that you're trying to chase, the scholarships, the jobs. Imagine a situation where you have graduated, you have a baby, your boyfriend gets a job in Mombasa, you get yours in Lodwar. What are the options? Either you sever the relationship so that you save the marriage, or you chase that career and he chases his, and then you end up either parenting separately because the marriage cannot work. Is that what you really wanted out of your life? No. And so also in the event that you have to forego your career so that you keep your marriage, is that really what you wanted? No. What if you had waited to graduate, start your career, get a job, and then start getting into serious dating relationships? That would have put you at a better bargaining power, that you can decide, I am not ready to quit my job because of a relationship. I would rather let go the relationship. After all, there's nothing tying us. But now, as usual, we know the gender inequalities will put you at a place of you being the one to probably forego your job, your career, your opportunity, so that you can keep the marriage, so that you can keep the family, so that you can keep the relationship. I am here to tell you, please girls, let us make informed choices. Let us make informed decisions. Let us be women who are going to know that by nature, our gender is not fairly treated, is not fairly taken. And so therefore, to mitigate or to curb or to minimize, if not at all eliminate totally, then at least let us not be here through college and still be recipients of some of these harsh gender inequalities. If there's something we can do about making the right decisions that's going to protect us from those harsh realities and disparities, then I suggest we make informed choices, particularly in regard to college sex and relationships. So as I conclude this first session, I just want to mention that you have realized that I have dwelt a lot on college relationships and sexual engagements. Why? Because having asked a few youth, that is purely and basically one of the areas they are feeling that they are lacking proper guidance. So this session was just to kickstart us. I am hoping that we are going to have conversations boldly and candidly. Tell me what are some of the things you're going through, some of the things you're feeling, some of the things you really would want to know how to go about. I am hoping that I'm going to create a safe forum where we can have these conversations, we can ask these questions, we can even seek professional intervention where need be, so that at least we can help the girl secure the bag. We can help the girl transition through college without having to get to a point where they have to forego their career, they have to forego their desires, their dreams, their ambitions, so that they can secure the marriage, or they can secure the relationship, or they can secure the child they probably bore, or they can probably secure other really non-key agenda that took you to college. I will conclude by saying that just remember, like you were in high school, your main agenda being your academic goal, then it's the same case here in college. The main agenda is the academic goal. The social life is just but a by the way. And I'll tell you that there are many ways to socialize without having to let it go down to your body, without let it go down to you exchanging your normal recreation activities with sexual activities. You can engage in all those other recreation activities I have mentioned that are probably fun and will burn out the energy that is pushing you to the immorality and the sexual engagement. Instead, choose proper and safe recreation activities. Yet, I'll still say that if you have chosen that life of college sex, then please, can we protect ourselves from some of the disparities we are going to face as women and girls the minute our sexual escapades come out in bloom, come out in full swing, and they hit us hard. They bloom out and they are burning us. in reality, we as women bear the blunt hit or the blunt side of the unplanned sexual engagement. So I am here to start this conversation. I am here to hope that we can mentor girls, because I'll tell you for free, if girls are not going to cave in to those sexual engagements, then the boy will not have anyone to have the sex with. And so we'll have a changed society, we'll have a behavior change, we'll have a society that is focusing at this stage as socializing normally, as socializing in the piano, socializing at the swimming, socializing at the volleyball, socializing at the normal recreation activities, baking, hiking and so on, instead of us socializing with the wrong activities that end up putting the girl at a disadvantaged point. Please remember to secure the bag first. Please remember not to lose your bargaining power. Please remember to make informed choices. Your girl here, Faith Murugi, I wish to bring to the end the first session, and I wish to open this forum to all of us, and even those who are not well versed with me. Any girl transitioning through college, this is the first time we are having this session, and I'm hoping to have many more. I am hoping we are going to expand this forum to even other girls that are not well versed with me. We don't know each other, but my agenda is to create candid and safe space for every girl. Thank you for your viewing. Thank you for your audience. Thank you for your viewership. I really appreciate it. Thank you.